Who's ready for some Pro Modified action? It's Extreme Outlaw Pro Mods from the Nopi event at Atlanta Dragway in Commerce, Georgia. Coming up next on Inside Drag Racing. Welcome to another edition of Inside Drag Racing, this edition presented by Carolina Precision Machining. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ted Jones, and I'm coming to you from Atlanta Dragway, just outside of Commerce, Georgia. We're at the Nopi Nationals, but we're not interested in the rice burners and the sport compacts, no sir. For the next 30 minutes, we're covering the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mod Series. Now, 3 classes that they run in their series regularly. Of course, the Outlaw Pro Modifies. They also run a top sportsman category, and yes, even junior dragsters. It's a regular series. It's all made possible by Steve Vick, and we caught up with him to find out exactly what is a Carolina Precision Machining.
Well, we're just a large CNC machine shop that basically we mainly do aerospace work.
Okay. Do you do much racing work at all?
Well, we're just starting to do some heads, making some billet heads for Lon here with Competition Engine Services. And that's mainly because we just don't the same thing everybody else has.
What would you make for aerospace in your CNC machines?
Wow, that's hard to say. I mean, anything from stuff for the jets, military jets, all the way to passenger seats, you name it, we do it all.
All right, now, you used to drive this car that's behind you. Tell me about that car.
Oh yeah, 20 years worth, but my back, I had a couple wrecks, early on, and my back's really messed up, so I just decided it was time to get out. I enjoy tuning the car as much as I did driving anyway, so we put a new driver in, Matt Sweet. He's been driving this the 2nd year.
Okay, now I understand this is a little motor in here now, right?
Yeah, that's just a little motor, 864 inches. We're going to put a 903 together for him, and it's going to be a new combination, a lot of little different ways to look at things, and just some different combinations for him to try.
This motor's carbureted.
Yes, sir. This motor's carbureted. New one will be fuel injected.
With 4 stages of nitrous.
That's correct. 4 stages of nitrous.
And what kind of a drivetrain? What do you run for tranny?
It's running a Turbo 400 transmission.
Mark Mickey did us the transmission, and we've always run Lincos, of course, because of the old days, but looks like it's going the other way now, so we have to step up to the damn program with everybody else, I guess.
Okay, how much do you think the car will gain going to the bigger motor?
Hopefully we'll pick up at least 2/10 from where we are right now.
Well, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Well, this is the little motor, 860 cubic inches. If that's little, unbelievable, folks. Remember, this all started with about 550, 600 cubic inches back when they called them mountain motors. Now an 860 is considered kind of small. They've got some really neat cars here, some beautiful cars. I'm going to go catch up right now with their points leader. Tommy, you've got one of the new big Musi motors, huh? Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's a Musi 903. I tell you, it's been powerful. We've had awesome power all season long, so it's been a dream season. The car's been good. Jerry Bickle race car's been awesome, so we're just out here having some fun.
Nitrous motor. How many stages of nitrous?
4 stages of nitrous. Yeah.
Whoa. Use them all.
Oh yeah, use everything we can, and plus look for a little bit more sometimes.
And how quick do you have 4 stages involved?
It's depending. We try to get them on as fast as we can, depending on the racetrack. So under 2 seconds for sure. So.
No.
Oh, definitely.
But if you don't have a good track, you could break loose, right?
Yeah, it's part of the tuning. We can play with the nitrous stages, play with timing. There's a lot of stuff to it, but yeah, definitely.
All right, now you're the current points leader. You've done very well this year.
We have. We've had a great season. I tell you, we came over to run the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mod and support Stuart Williams, the founder of the series, and I was a good friend with Stuart, and I told him I'd support his series, and I tell you, we've ran over here and we started off, won the, I think, first 3 races in a row, and it's just been an awesome season, and to come out here and do it for Stuart, it means everything in the world, so.
And in addition, you got the whole family involved. I see a junior dragster over there.
It is. My daughter, Amber, she races junior dragster. My wife, my youngest daughter, Ashley, comes with us. Got good friends on the crew, Chris Murray. My dad comes with us at times, so it's just a great time. We come and get to spend a lot of family time together and do what we love as well in racing, so.
And the wife doesn't have a car.
Nope, she doesn't. She's got to keep all of us in check, so.
Tommy hooks that big 900 plus cubic inch Pat Music motor to a Bruno Lincoln. Some of you may not know about a Bruno Lincoln. It's a Lincoln transmission, basically kind of with a torque converter. And that whole thing was invented by Bruno Massel, who is a champion in NHRA competition eliminator. You've also seen him here on TV. One of the other unique things that we found out about this car, take a look at these headers. These are absolutely gorgeous stainless headers. 4 separate tubes, no collector, turn up like zoomies. Yeah, we like it. Inside Drag Racing is being brought to you by Precision Turbo and Engine, the winning edge in boosted performance, and by ARP, the world leader in racing fastener technology, and by Borla, the world's most winning exhaust, and by Aeromotive. We know it, we race it, we live it. Well, they're not all Chevys, and they're not all nitrous injected. Here is an example of one of the low buck racers. Doesn't have a big sponsor, doesn't have the big rig, but he's out there running with them, doing the best he can with his Mustang, with a big Hemi for power, and that's right, he's one of the guys that likes blowers.
I just fell in love with the Ford Mustang. Actually, I fell in love when the 05s came out and just stuck with it after that. And just went to the 67.
But you don't have a Ford motor.
Nah, you got to do what you got to do in that situation.
Yeah, especially with the blower, right?
That's right, it's all Hemi there.
Yeah, now you're allowed about 500 plus cubic inches with a blower. How big's that?
521.
Okay, so you're right in there. How you been doing? How are you doing against the nitrous guys?
This year we ain't been faring too well. We're struggling a little bit, but we got 16 passes on the new car, so we got some work to do.
Okay, and I understand you're pretty well self-funded, huh?
Yeah, self-funded, build my own cars, build my own motors, do pretty much everything, which I don't do it by myself. I got a bunch of friends and family that helps out, and you know, it's not a one-man show, that's for sure.
So you love drag racing?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't. It's too much work not to love it.
So now you got your son involved in it?
Yeah, we got him involved in it, and trying to get him coming up the ranks.
Yeah, with a junior dragster.
Yep.
That's not a Mustang.
No, but we painted it like the Mustang, so we try to keep it close.
Okay, and eventually he'll evolve into one of these.
Yeah, hopefully so. He just warmed it up for the first time Friday for me, so
all right.
Hopefully we can get him into one quick.
So what kind of times you been running with the blown car?
I've been a 393 with it so far, but like I say, we still got a bunch of bugs in it and just changing stuff, trying to figure it out.
Getting everything worked out.
Yeah, just changing. We've changed a lot of stuff from weekend to weekend, trying to get a good combination going. So hopefully we can get it figured out sooner than later.
We'll take a break right now, and when we come back, we'll meet some more of the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mod racers. Welcome back to Inside Drag Racing, coming to you from Atlanta Dragway in Commerce, Georgia, covering the Extreme Outlaw Pro Modified circuit. This is Chris Rennie, who has a 69 Camaro, very popular car, Jerry Bickle car.
Yes, it is.
But you have a different engine, as a matter of fact, not quite as big a Charlie Buck motor.
Yeah, we got an 889 Charlie Buck nitrous motor.
So that's a little smaller than they're running now.
Yeah, everybody's in the 900 plus inch. I mean, we're running with them. We got good power. I mean, we're making good laps.
Well, good deal. It's how many stages of nitrous?
It's 4 stages of nitrous.
Okay, so that's kind of standard setup now.
It is, and we have a traditional OEM automatic built by ATI Performance transmission, which isn't a standard in the Pro Mod world, but we're hanging with them. It's good, brand new style, 400 lockup.
Wow, so it's kind of like a Turbo 400, highly modified.
It is a Turbo 400 on steroids with a lockup converter.
And how's that working?
It's working good. We've been 380, 197, so I mean it's making good. It's holding up to the power that we're making. It's making good runs.
Yeah. Now, you guys all run 8th mile. You really prefer 8th mile drag racing?
You know, in the beginning I didn't. I'm from New York. I live in Carmel, New York, and up there in the north, we don't have 8th mile racing. Everything's quarter mile. I can see why they have it though. There's a lot of older tracks down here. 8th mile's fun. You know, in the beginning I'm like 8th mile. I'm shutting it off just as I'm getting started. But you know, we're going almost 200 miles. I mean, some of these guys here are going over 200 miles an hour. So 8th mile's pretty exciting. It's a little bit easier on parts. And you know, the crowd likes to see that start line and the first
you know, a couple hundred feet is the most exciting for most people. So the 8th mile actually works out good, and the EOPM 8th mile program has really worked out well for us.
Easier on parts, but youth helps because, boy, reaction time starts being very important.
Well, yeah, and reaction time, because you don't have as much real estate to make it up, reaction time becomes a big factor. So it becomes a lot of the skill of the driver leaving the start line, and then the skill of the crew or the tuners to get these cars to go real fast, real early.
Yeah, because you can leave early, but if the tires don't cooperate.
If the tires spin or shake or you don't get the tune-up right, you don't have a lot of racetrack to make it up.
So you think 903 cubic inches is big, huh? Well, guess what? Randy Weatherford said, now that's not big enough. So he went to Pat Musey, who does 903s for the guys that want a small engine, and he came up with a really big motor.
It's 940 cubic inches, Pat Musey, fuel injection.
940.
940.
Where does it stop? This is crazy. And probably 4 stages of nitrous.
It's 5 stages.
No!
Yeah.
Where's that gonna stop? When do you get all 5 stages? Do you use all 5?
I use all 5 stages. Normally on a good track, we can have 3 to 4 of them all in first gear. And then we pick up the last stage in second.
Wow. And so you actually get into by the 8th mile.
By the 8th mile.
The 5th stage in. How quick are you going?
Well, yesterday I went 391. The quickest this motor's been right here is 381 in Rockingham. 197 mile an hour.
Where's it going to stop? I mean, how big of a motor is it going to make?
You know, I've heard some comments 1,000 cubic inches like that and stuff, you know.
If they make one, you probably buy it, huh?
Yeah, because I think the cars can take it today and stuff, and the tires are there, and the clutch. Lee Anderson 4-stage clutch in this thing. It's a 4-disc clutch.
Oh my gosh, the funny car runs 5.
Yeah, this is a little 7-inch clutch, and it's got 4 discs in it and stuff. And it's pretty good.
How much does Musey charge for a 940 engine?
Oh, it's a big number.
Well, you know, Jerry Bickle's doing something really different. He's putting the fuel cell in the front of these 69 Camaros. They kind of like that. Instead of being back there and back, just one of the new fads going on. These are the safety fire bottles, by the way, the nitrous tanks. They're being heated right over there as they get ready to run. Speaking of running, we'll be back with more action on the drag strip as Inside Drag Racing continues. Welcome back to Inside Drag Racing from Atlanta Dragway, covering the Extreme Outlaw Pro Mods. Okay, Christine, you guys remember that, don't you? The movie, and then they had the Pro Mod car. So is this the original Christine driven by Paul
Stroman? Yes, this started as the original Christine. We pretty much cut the car from the front clip, rear clip, the only thing left is the main loop and the A-post bars, and narrowed the car 6 inches, channeled it 5 inches, stretched the overhang on the car. It's all carbon fiber now, interior and exterior. Knocked about 350 pounds off the car.
Now, when Stroman drove it, it ran about how quick?
They were 720s, 730s back in that time.
In a quarter?
In a quarter, which was probably somewhere around a 480, 490.
And now you're running?
It's 394 at 190, 193. And
so that's why you lightened it?
Yes, yes. You got to be competitive, and you got to stay with this time and age and everything. You can't run a 20-year-old combination these days and times and be competitive.
No, that's right. Tell us about the engine.
It's a Brad Anderson Stage 6, Chuck Ford, Cabelco, Chuck Ford with Troy Chrisley's Hammer Superchargers, billet case, Brad Anderson 526, Waterman fuel system, Bill Barrett fuel system does all the fuel system stuff, and Dave Height's my partner on the car and does all the engine building and all that stuff, and we keep the car up in my shop.
All right, so we'll keep the legend of Christine going.
Yes, sir. Try to keep winning races. We won a race last year with the car, so we're going to try to keep winning races with it.
All right, folks. Tell you what, speaking of races, let's take a look now. Pro Modified quarterfinals coming at you. And we couldn't bring you the first race because we had a photographer in the way of our cameraman. So we'll start out with Randy Weatherford out of Danville, Virginia, the 69 Camaro against the Mustang, the completely out of shape of Charles Terrell. Weatherford picks up the easy win right there. Nice 393 elapsed time. Now, Chris Rennie, you met him a little bit earlier, out of Carmel, New York, was his 69 Camaro against Marcus Burt from Gray, Georgia, 63 Corvette. Oh, skating around just a little bit before they get to the 8th mile. Rennie, look at the reaction time, 0:03. Decisive win. Tommy Franklin from Fredericksburg, Virginia, 69 Camaro against Todd Howard from Mocksville, North Carolina, with the Jerry Hawes build entry, by the way. Good leave right there for Howard. He's got Franklin on the ropes. Not enough ET, though. Franklin pulls out the win with a 385. Talk about an unusual car, folks. That's right. That is a Volkswagen Bug. And we decided we wanted to cover some of the top sportsman racing going on here at Atlanta this particular weekend. We'll have the finals of that coming up with the semifinals in a minute. But right now, I want you to meet Chris Digby. Maiden voyage for the Bug Man.
Just got it built. Friday night was the first night we had it on the track and made a first full throttle pass on it.
Wow. And how'd it do?
It done good. We ran the quick 16 last night, made it to the finals. We got second place.
To the finals?
Yes, sir.
On the maiden voyage?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Boy,
sir.
that's pretty good. So it must handle good.
It handles excellent.
What kind of ET?
550.
Boy, it's got to be kind of aerodynamic, huh?
Yeah, we had to do some modifications to make this work, but.
All right. How big is the motor?
It's a 535 big block.
Wow. What do you got for a tranny?
2-speed power glide.
Nice wing on the back. What kind of speed you running?
About 125, 126 right now.
So you might kind of need the wing here, huh?
Yeah, a little bit on this aerodynamic car, yes, sir.
Now, I noticed you said right now, so she'll go faster maybe?
It's a little lazy coming off the starting line. Being the first time out with it Friday night in the race Saturday, we elected not to adjust nothing on it because it's running consistent ETs, and unfortunately the ET consistency is what wins the race with a good reaction time. So we're going to leave it alone for this weekend, then we're going to come back and do some adjustments, see if we can pick it up.
All right, folks, so if you want to see this in action, you're going to have to come down to Commerce, Georgia. What a beautiful job he did on this. We'll take a break, and when we come back, semifinals, top sportsman and pro mod. Stay tuned. Inside Drag Racing is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in racing faster technology, and by Original Parts Group, the world's largest source for GMA body parts and accessories, and by CRC Industries, chemical solutions to keep you moving, and by Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Welcome back. You're watching Inside Drag Racing, coming to you from Atlanta Dragway in Commerce, Georgia. We're covering the Extreme Outlaw Pro Modifieds, picking up the action now in the semi-final round. We caught up with Randy Weatherford. All right, you got Rennie.
Got Rennie. I'm going to go back to them 80s.
003 light the last time for Rennie.
Oh, God.
You got to get quicker.
I got to get faster, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you got in store? Can you do anything at all to
Oh, I can step it up. I just been, taking it easy right now because of the track and stuff.
He went a 90.
Yeah. I went 88 this morning.
Oh. So it's got more.
It's got more.
Now, you went a 90, he went about a 93. But you were almost red 003. Are you kidding me?
That's not almost right. That's almost perfect.
So they're lined up ready to go. Randy Weatherford, Chris Rennie, who had the 003. Guess what? He did go red. He pushed it too hard. 009 red. Randy Weatherford. But guess what, folks? Randy touched the center line. No. Right there you see the freeze frame. He's on the center line. He is disqualified. And our next semifinal pair, Charlie Carpenter against this man. Now you get the shoebox.
That's right, yeah, we got Charles Carpenter. I mean, just to be able to come up here and race a legend like that is just cool as can be. So it's a dream come true out here.
Yeah, Tommy, he's running great. He is one of the most consistent cars here, but we're going to give him all we got.
He's a little worried. He said, Carpenter's experienced. He may chop the tree down.
Well, we may chop the tree down, but we got to go farther than 60 feet.
So Charlie Carpenter, very experienced, one of the original Pro Modifieds, folks, with a 55 Chevrolet, still out there pushing that shoebox around. Let's see what he can do against Tommy Franklin and his 69 Camaro. Oh, Franklin had the old shot 0.23 to a 0.95, but guess what? Charlie Carpenter ET'd him. 394 beats out a 419. Now, Top Sportsman semifinal coming up right now. Guess who's in it? Yeah, my favorite car. Chris Digby, the 68 Volkswagen, against Sean Morrow and his 2003 Mustang. Sean Morrow takes the VW out. 491 beats out a 548. And then we had a single run for Casey Spradlin. His 1937 Chevy, love those old cars. Look at that, baby. 003 reaction time for Spadlin. He'll be tough in the final. Yes, they even run junior dragsters here. Take a look at the junior dragster final. Hunter Ramsey out of Commerce, Georgia, going up against Patrick Weatherford. Red light start for Patrick. Sorry about that. He went red by 0.25, so Ramsey will pick up the win. 789 would have been a breakout on a 90 dial-in. Here comes the Top Sportsman final now. Casey Spradlin with that 37 Chevy, good-looking ride against Sean Morrow, Piedmont, South Carolina-based 2003 Mustang. Mustang dials a 491. The Chevy of 456. Good race side by side. The Mustang breaks out an 86 on a 91 dial. Give the win to the 37 Chevy. 56 with a 2 dead on his dial in. Now, the final in Extreme Outlaw Pro Modified. Charlie Carpenter. Boy, how many times has this guy been in a final? Now go figure. Carpenter wins his round 394.
Yeah, it's the grandfather. I'm going to race the grandfather. Let's see what happens. He's got a lot of tricks in up his sleeve, you know. He was racing before I was probably driving. So hopefully he doesn't give me a lesson.
He went red and went a 406.
Right. Well, I guess, hey, that's good. I got lane choice, right?
Yeah, you got any more in there?
Oh yeah, we got a little more. We got a little more. You know, the car, it should run low 90, high 89, 87, somewhere 87 to 89, somewhere in that range.
He said he's afraid he can cut a great light. He said, but that old man knows tricks. He was probably doing this before I was born.
Maybe not quite. I'm not quite that old.
Well, we'll find out right now. Watch Chris. He's really quick on the lights. A little too quick last time, but got back in on that first or worst rule. Oh, wow. Charlie was laid off the line. 0.48. Rennie with a 0.16. Combines that with a 385. Chris Rennie picks up the win here in Commerce, Georgia today. That'll be a wrap for this week. We'd like to dedicate this program to the memory of Stuart Williams, one of the founders of the Extreme Outlaw Pro Modifieds. I'm Ted Jones. So long, everyone. See you next time.